everyone, and welcome to WGLNA Season 2 Group Play. We're very excited since last season in Las Vegas we crowned a winner, Fulcrum Gaming, and now we have 16 teams to find out who's going to be the best in North America. We have 3 weeks of exciting play. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's battle. And what better way to get started than joining me on the set? I have Andre Gritorp Hengshua. Andre, we've had a great season 1. We had some fun during the qualifiers, but what have you been up to in these past couple weeks?
You know, I've been casting a lot, doing a little bit of StarCraft here and there, but also playing a ton of World of Tanks. And I want to tell you a story about my World of Tanks because it was the most amazing game I've ever had. Okay? Started out very simple, and then all of a sudden we're down by 6. Right? So it's right now 9-15.
Whoa.
And then I go into hero mode. I grab 9 kills, 16 shots out of my IS-3. 2 people left, and they're all 1 shot away. I go to fire at the Type 59, about to kill him, right? I think he's dead. All of a sudden it says minus 150. And I look back and I say, root kill. The AT challenge was ineffective today. No. And they killed me. I would have had 11 kills.
11 kills is quite an accomplishment. And I, one, I have to say congratulations, but 2, are you working on any other tanks in your tech tree, or are you just sticking with the IS-3?
Right now I am working on the French line. I'm at tier 7 for both the 1390 and the 5100. So I'm working up there. Things are going well. Can't complain.
We did see Rootkill briefly here. Randall,
yeah.
You've been busy. A lot of World of Tanks segments we've been working on, but how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I've actually had a pretty rough time with my World of Tanks. Just can't get as many wins as I want to, no matter how hard I try these past few weeks.
I hate Rootkill, because I just looked him up on Noob Beater recently, and he's like clocking at 2800 WN7. I'm just like,
wow. Pretty good.
And Rootkill's over there like, oh, life's hard. I can't get consistently 11 kills. Rootkill.
Well, that's why we got him here. He's one of the best, not just in scouting, but also in playing. And I've been having a lot of fun actually moving on into the tech tree for America, still staying in the American tech tree. I almost have the Pershing unlocked. So I was able to get the Easy 8, and that tank moves very, very quickly, but it's a lot different compared to the Jumbo Sherman because you have a lot of armor, bounces a lot of shots. Not really the same case with the Easy 8. And I was like, I got this armor, and I get blown up pretty quickly. Go, whoa, 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 what's wrong here? But it's the speed. That is the advantage of having that tank. It's been a lot of fun. I've been really busy as well. A lot of work in Hollywood. We've got a short film in the works too. So it's just a lot of really good stuff happening in the world of video games and esports and media, man.
But now we've reconverged over here in the Rancho Cucamonga studios, and we're ready for some more World of Tanks action. I'm so excited to get the season on.
I am really excited as well.
Clutch, I've heard that a ton of these teams have been working so incredibly hard for this tournament.
Yeah, let's talk about the top 8 teams from Season 1. Fulcrum Gaming, one of the teams that's returning, they're going to be joining us, and they're in Group A of the divisions here. And we also have Bernal Empire's, Wreak Havok, Cat Fast Nation, the Cunninghams, Game Over, No Limit, and Pubstars. Cunninghams is also joining us from Season 1. They placed in the 5 to 8 placement. Wreak Havok placed 3rd. They beat out Simple Tankers in the 3rd and 4th place match from the finals event in Vegas. Group B, the Bravo division, we have Simp, 2nd place team, Simple Tankers, River of Blood, Nerve, and along with the rest of the teams that are going to be joining us here. We also have tonight's matches. Let's go ahead and jump to that real quick as we saw on the screen to detail who's going to be playing tonight. We have Fulcrum Gaming versus Wreak Havok. Then, after that, we are going to have Cunninghams versus Bernal Empires. Following, No Limit versus Game Over. And the 4th match tonight will be Cat Fast Nation versus Pubstars. Finally, Simple Tankers versus Nerve. Excited to see how these different players are going to pretty much say what they want, I think, on some of the different details and game matchups, because a lot of these players have history from Season 1, and now is their chance to try to beat maybe the best team in the world, one of the best teams in the world, but the best team in North America, Fulcrum Gaming, and that's going to be our first match tonight.
That's going to be a tall order, man. Fulcrum Gaming have looked so good. We got a chance to have them a little bit in the studios recently. Both Nagatron and Soviet came out here, and just picking their brains, it's really like just puts you in awe with how much knowledge they know about the very little intricacies. You know, you might think you would know a map. Let's say I play a lot of Ensk, I play a lot of my IS-3, and Soviet is like, yeah, you can fix this a little bit more, and you know, you can do a couple of tactical plays that will really, really net you some great results. And it's amazing what they know, and they just put it all on the game, put it all in the battlefield, and that's why they are the best.
Now, there are a couple changes with the teams. We will have some new teams joining us. We'll highlight them a little bit later in the week. We also have some changes to the rules. I'm going to throw it on over to Randall to detail what has been changed.
Yeah, we have dropped the 8-point rule, guys. There's no longer going to be an 8-point rule in effect, which will mean teams will have to kill every single member of the enemy team or cap in order to win. So we might be seeing a few draws here as teams get used to this, or teams will actually start to realize we can't get away with that 8-point rule. But as far as 742 goes, guys, it's 7 players per team, 42 points allocated to each team, and each tank is worth a point per tier with a max tier of 8. So a T1 Cunningham is worth 1 point, a IS-3 is worth 8 points, and everything falls in between there. So matches are also a best of 5. At the end of a best of 5, if we don't have a winner, we will actually go to a shootout, and that's how we're going to determine a winner if we can't find one after 5 matches. You guys may have seen the shootout in our last season or in our qualifiers, in which we actually had one pretty nice shootout that went interestingly. But just to give you guys the rules on that, it is standard 742. They pick tanks, everything just the same, but we take them onto Malinovka, and we put them out on the farm in the big field right in the middle of Malinovka, line them up, and the admin will declare when to fire. There's no countdown. He will just declare when to fire. If anyone fires before the admin says fire, that team will lose, and we'll have a winner. And at the end of that, the winner of the shootout will get 1 point, the loser, 0.
All right, thank you, Randall. And I'm looking forward to see how the different teams are going to react, because we do know 5 matches is going to be the max. The shootout will happen. And the point system is different. You know, as we need to mention here, if there is a winner, they will take 3 points in league play. However, it goes to shootout. The winner of the shootout only gets 1 point. So the advantage goes to whoever wins the best of 3, or the best of 5, excuse me, with 3 wins.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I have to say I'm in love with no 8-point rule. I personally think campers will always be campers no matter what it comes down to if you're playing World of Tanks. If you're going to be a campy team, you're going to camp no matter what the 8-point rule exists or not, or 9-pool or 10-pool point pool. But what this actually says is now we no longer have to wait until the final 1-2 minutes or a big engagement to happen, because sometimes 1-2 minutes, that means you're going to have a draw. So take advantage of that advantage that you have if you're up in a tier 8 and just go for the kill. It's going to provide some nice, exciting matches.
Yep. Let's go ahead and remind everyone how they can follow us on Twitter at WGLNA, on Facebook at facebook.com/WGLNA, and also our website for all the VODs, WGLNA.com. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We come back. Match number 1 of the night, Fulcrum Gaming versus Wreak Havok. Stay tuned. Here to stay, they're going to keep improving. I think that's going to be their motto throughout Season 2. I know they've been working hard. I know they've been going over strategies and how to improve themselves, not just in the American scene, but also in their international scene, since the World Finals will be taking place in 2014. And each of these teams are accumulating points and rankings in order to attend those finals. And I look forward to see how they're going to perform tonight in the first match we have, Fulcrum Gaming versus Wreak Havok. Andre, some of your thoughts. You got to spend a lot of time with the Soviet and Nagatron when they were out here, and also you're always a fan of playing with the different teams here. What are your thoughts about Fulcrum?
Obviously, they are the gigantic favorites going into this, and we have to tip our hats to them, because they did have a fantastic Season 1, and we've seen them striving to be the absolute best continuously. Everybody's going to be hot on their trail, though. There's a lot of information about this team, and there's a lot to kind of understand from not only their style, but their just little nuances that they do, where they like to hide T1s. That's a really important thing to just remember at all times. So you can go to a map and even blind fire those spots, or blind fire those 2-3 spots, and just take them out immediately. There are a lot of different things that if you're able to study your opponents, you're going to be able to take advantage of their little tiny intricacies.
And what some of the teams were studying at the beginning of Season 1 was that the brawl mode of Fulcrum was not their biggest strength. It was a bit of a weakness for them. And we had teams such as Turtle Police and Gamma Bears take a game off them. Of course, Fulcrum Gaming went on to be undefeated, but it could have been a crack a bit in their strategy. However, they were flexible and efficient when it came to later stages in Season 1.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think, honestly, they're trying to understand their opponents in those little games that they did lose.
Yes.
I would say, especially with the one on Abby against Bear Huggers, I thought that was completely just theoretically incorrect by Bear Huggers to push out. There's a lot of these times where you just don't expect, like, think about it. Do you ever expect a team to just go 5 versus 1, but they don't know it's 1? There could be 5 behind there, but just book it down a single hallway with 0 cover and expect to actually win from that. And, you know, they're playing off of things that they feel they can do. They're playing off of things that they are trying to instill in their opponents, that fear that they're trying to do. But if you are audacious enough to do stuff like that, I think that's a major weakness of well, I shouldn't say major weakness of Fulcrum, but that's definitely an area that you can exploit a little bit more.
You know, it reminds me when I'd play fighting games with my sisters or my little brother, and I was pretty good at them, but they would just mash buttons and they would beat me a lot. I go, that's not fair. You're not playing it correctly. But any strategy, really, if they can get you that win, even though it may mean not theoretically correct or goes against the meta grain, it's still, if it's a win, it's a win. But Randall, what are your thoughts? I mean, Fulcrum Gaming, this is a team that you've gone up against in tournament histories, and also that you've hung out with a lot.
Yeah. Generally, my style is pretty conventional. So whenever I would go up against Fulcrum, it was both of us playing a similar style. We'd almost match. Like, just I was scouting, Nagatron would be scouting. We'd be running mirror paths almost. And it was just a matter of who could execute better. And there were times when we got to execute better. There were times where they executed better. They play a very, very conventional metagame, and they did say that they were planning on doing something different and bringing out a new style, so I wonder what that is. But they play the theoretically best game at a higher level than most other teams who play it. They play a weird game. They play something different styles you see out of a lot of these teams.
We have seen much more aggressive metagame shifts with Fulcrum Gaming. They're going up the, they'll probably be going up the one line a lot more on ends. They'll probably going up the center on Himmelsdorf. Things like that, strategies like that, where you're taking advantage of the meta and you're saying, well, assuming my opponents play defensive, which was the meta for the entire WGLNA Season 1, assuming they do that, we can basically go anywhere else we want. So let's just take advantage of that. Let's go all the way across the center, take 66% of the map control, and then from there, we're going to be able to win the game just because we have a spatial advantage. That's the type of stuff that we saw Fulcrum Gaming do towards the end of the first season rather than doing in the beginning of the first season. I think that's really exciting. We're going to see them play a little bit riskier, but theoretically risky.
Yep. Well, I appreciate your words, gentlemen, your opinions on the team that is known as Fulcrum Gaming, the #1 team in North America. But they're going up against Wreak Havok, and I frankly want to hear what Nagatron from Fulcrum Gaming and Call Me Sarge from Wreak Havok has to say. Let's go ahead and jump into our first face-off as we have these two team captains on the line.
They always mess up.
Oh, Snipe for Food, you're not going to be leading. Call Me Sarge's not leading. You're leading the charge now for Wreak Havok.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm prepared for battle. Prepared
Oh
for
my
war,
gosh!
going in.
Look at that camo.
How did you just notice that, Clutch?
I couldn't see him.
I was focused on Fulcrum Gaming's Nagatron because he's so handsome. And also, it's the beard. But Snipe for Food, I want to start with you since you're ready to go. Your thoughts on Season 2, your thoughts on your team and being the first matchup against Fulcrum Gaming.
You know, I take it as an honor to actually be going against Fulcrum first, opening this up. You know, we're both very deserving teams going into second awesome season. I know both Fulcrum Gaming and ourselves, we've done skirmishing amongst each other. We've done a lot of practice, so it's going to be fun. We're going to put on a good show for you guys.
We look forward to that. We're always about the entertainment factor here at WGLNA. Nagatron, you're known for the entertainment factor in some of the face-offs you have had. Your thoughts, your feelings. Are you sick of the praise? Are you sick of being #1? Are you ready for a challenge? Is Wreak Havok going to be that challenge tonight?
Definitely not sick of being #1. So you can pretty much put that to rest. You know, at first, maybe Wreak Havok was going to be not so tough, but then all of a sudden I realized that Solid Snake is now their leader, and I have no counter to that. So it's going to be some serious business tonight, I guarantee you.
Solid Snake. Wreak Havok, do you have a box anywhere that you can hide in and sneak around?
I don't. But in case you guys can't tell, I'm down one mag, one shell out of my autoloader clip, so you know, kind of at a disadvantage there. But I do have to come back with you saying, Hulk Hogan, meet the real American hero.
It wasn't
Oh,
Hulk.
man.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell Randy that, and he'll be back.
Yeah, Hulk
Wow.
Hogan's still alive. All right, before we start with the coin toss, gentlemen, get the first match underway. David, is there anything you'd like to say to Snipe for Food?
Good luck, man. Been looking forward to this for a long time. Like you said, I think we're both deserving, so come get it.
Any response to that, Snipe for Food?
Well, we'll try to take it.
All right, David, since you are the higher seed, you will be calling the coin toss, heads or tails?
Tails.
All right, it is heads. The coin toss is heads, so that means Wreak Havok. You can choose the map or you can defer.
We'll defer.
Defer. The map choice will go to Fulcrum Gaming. Nagatron, what map?
Prokhorovka.
Prokhorovka will be the map choice. Open map choice. Wreak Havok, you get to choose the position.
Let's go ahead and take north.
North side. Wreak Havok will spawn to the north. Fulcrum Gaming will take the south side of Prokhorovka. Gentlemen, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A huge shout out to Snipe for Food's Wreak Havok. I apologize on my notes. I had Call Me Sarge, the team leader. It is Snipe for Food, and he was dressed for the occasion.
He was dressed to impress.
Yeah. Andre, what do we have for tanks?
Oh, baby, oh, baby! We're going to find out. 3 T-32s, 2 1390s, and 2 T-1s on the side for Wreak Havok. On the other side, the much more conventional style 3 T-69s, 2 1390s for Fulcrum Gaming. We're going to see the test. Who's going to take it, the heavier American tanks or the much more mobile, the much more nimble Fulcrum Gaming with those 1390s?
Well, we got hits going out. Unknown one is down to 834 right now
Oh.
as he's taking 2 hits from tanks in the middle. He's down to 141. T-69s are going to take him down. That is the first kill. And the scout, the main scout, is down for Wreak Havok.
Yeah, Friction was able to get that last shot. Hugo Maximus and the T-69 just behind these rocks. They have taken some serious map control, and now they have cut off the map in a third quadrant section from the bottom to the G line all the way to the railroad, and now they can
Absolute
simply
Royale
move
is
forward.
down to 88 hit points. These T-32s are so potent right now. I've done some tests with a T-69 versus T-32s. It's going to be so difficult for them to pen T-32s and hull down with only 250 millimeters of penetration from their heat rounds after the 8.8 patch.
Wow, really, really interesting stuff so far. You know, I have to kind of feel like Wreak Havok went a little bit too far, but everything's still okay. They can salvage the situation. Remember, there is no 8-point rule, and with these T-32s, it becomes very difficult to aggress up on this, on these tanks. But as it stands, it looks like Smokey is down to 626 health, so he has to be a little bit careful. And that 1390 all the way on the other side, being played by Nagatron, is taking a little bit of damage.
Now, this is an intriguing placement for the T-32s, not just where they are on the map, but in this scenario right now. Since they can play more defensive, this has stopped a bit of the aggression, and Nagatron to the north side in his 1390 cannot land those most accurate shots. Now, with the 1390, it is more for the mobility, it is more for landing those hits to the sides or to the rear of any tank where it's weaker. But if he tries to get one shot in, it looks like it did land, but the shots ring out from the T-32s, and I think only one of them hit. But now he's going to try to get in between that camouflage. That T1 does spot him though. Snipe for Food.
Wow.
Scouts him, and he gets the kill. Nagatron, however, gets taken down by one of the T-32s.
That is a weird trade right there. 8 points for 1 point. I mean, it's a whole lot of vision right now, and Fulcrum can tighten the noose, but I feel like that wasn't quite the trade that Fulcrum would have preferred to have. I mean, 8 points for 1 point, it's a cost,
Yeah,
but I don't know if
definitely
it's going to be, you know, at what cost.
Oh, and F0X finally going to get spotted out. He was in a beautiful spot checking out all these T-32s, but now Smokey's going to come up here and just one shot, one kill him. Things are looking a little bit better, though. As you can see, the longer this game goes on, the T-32s are able to put out their consistent fire damage. They're not getting penned nearly as much because they have that heavy armor, and they're doing a pretty good job.
Yep. The thing is, though, Khalees is out in the open. He's very exposed, and he's actually gone down to 109. He's not been in a perfect hold down, even against T-69s. And I was looking at him earlier. He's got a number of holes right in the front of his hull. And it's just unfortunate positioning by these T-32s that could actually get the win for Fulcrum. We could also say it's Fulcrum's great positioning actually being higher up than these T-32s. They actually have the high ground relative to these T-32s who do not actually have quite as aggressive control over the middle.
Such as Absolute Royal, only 88 hit points, but he's still trying to land a couple shots in the 1390. Yes, he may be a little bit far, but he's trying to soften those T-32s in their defensive position so the T-69s can unload and perform the finishing move that they're great for.
And look at this, slowly tightening the noose, as you were saying, Clutch, but finally that T1 is going to get taken out. Absolute Royal going to be the next person on the list to be prioritized. Smokey advancing on. Can he get the shot? Can he find exactly where Absolute Royal is? In the bushes, shot is going to hit. Takes him out really nicely.
But here's the push now from Friction and Soviet into the sides of the T-32 as they try to lock on to Hugo Maximus. Hugo Maximus behind the rocks. Won't have a shot, but they won't have a shot on him either. Friction getting unloaded, 633 at a 1350, but he's able to clean up one of the T-32s. Now this is where the autoloaders are going to come in handy if they're able to land all their shots. Soviet looks like he had one bounce. 625 at a Thybane at a 1550, and Call Me Sarge in the front with that HP share. Those battle buddies still on the field. Another shot from that T-32. Soviet is down, 377 at 1350. T-69s could be clipping here. Hugo Maximus tries to move in, but he gets the kill against Thybane. Call Me Sarge and Smokey, the only ones left alive. Call Me Sarge gets the return kill on Hugo Maximus. Smokey, however, gets caught by Friction, and now it's Call Me Sarge and 824 versus Soviet 377.
But a bounce, one bounce.
Yeah,
he's got one more shot.
That's not going to do well because he needs to reload now. Only one more shot. Soviet has no more shots left, so he needs his bounce or miss to stay alive. Can he do it? He's circling around. Call Me Sarge trying to get the shot as we speak, but it's going to be hard.
And he gets it. Game number 1 goes to Wreak Havok on Prohorovka. I am impressed. I am impressed because we got to see why the T-32 comes in handy in certain scenarios.
Yes.
And that was a scenario matched against the aggression and the mobility of Fulcrum Gaming. No cons of the T-32.
You know what it was, Clutch? Those heat rounds. They have such a problem penning T-32s in the side. You saw numerous shots hit tracks, and even though we saw a number of shots out of Fulcrum actually hit home and actually deal damage, the thing is that huge health pool out of 3 of them, and then the fact you saw so many shots going to tracks. Now, before the 8.8 patch, a T-69 could have thrown shots into the tracks all day and penned, but now you're seeing shots just vanish once they hit the track. Against spaced armor, heat rounds are very sketchy. But now Unknown One and Thybane might begin an engagement as Friction is going to be the flanking force, and he's going to 1v1 Thybane while Hugo Maximus and Soviet are going to probably take on Unknown One.
Wow, Thybane taking a lot of damage. Now finally putting on the first shot. Hugo Maximus and Soviet trying to line up a shot on Thybane. They will kill him after 2 missed shots. Thybane only able to connect one of them. T-69 going to back up from here, 43 seconds left. And it looks like, yes, they're doing a good job, but Fulcrum Gaming needs a little bit more time. Soviet now engaging against Unknown One as the 2 T-69s, Hugo Maximus and Friction, are going to...
Wow, that is, I'm not sure they can get out of there.
They're going to back up their friend, but it looks like Soviet will go down. Smokey and Call Me Sarge only 1 shot away. So, guys, this could happen, but it's very unlikely. The 1390s have to basically go in front of the crosshairs of their opponents.
Nagatron and his teammate had a quick firefight in Abbey, but Call Me Sarge came around to the flank on the inside of those buildings, was able to stop the aggression from taking down Smokey. Smokey had 1 hit left, but Call Me Sarge was able to stop it, and that means it's going to be a draw. Moves that far, but he moves in and does push him away. Does he fire? No, he smashes him right into the rocks. Nice move by Nagatron. Took just a little bit of damage, but now he's going to peek around the corner and try to flank that firefight.
The aggression is coming on here. Friction right now going to be the first priority. T-32's aiming at him as the other T-69 and 1390 are trying to wrap around getting good crossfire. But there's another T-32 and Unknown One lining up a shot. Absolute Royal caught on fire. Down he goes. Hugo Maximus, the next priority over here on this right side. Call Me Sarge and Khalid are going to flank around, and down he goes.
And on the same side, Soviet takes out the 1390.
How did he do that?
Just better 1390 play. He got the first shot off. He got his 3rd shot off, which was so important to finishing off his opponent. Right. And now he gets to snipe into the backs of these T-32s. Will it be enough to finish it? Because 39 seconds left in this battle.
Oh,
Nagatron is able to get that kill against the fleeing Unknown One. Call Me Sarge did take down Friction just a little bit earlier here, but those 2 T-32s at the center, down next to those, down inside that pathway there, that middle road, could be the clincher.
Guys, I don't think it's going to be enough. These 1390s are clipping, or at least Nagatron, I believe, is clipping. Khalees and Call Me Sarge have no speed to actually rush down any of these tanks, and we are going to have a draw, even though great play by Fulcrum Gaming, in my opinion. You know, they just didn't have enough time to really do this. And yeah, they're behind at the end stage, but when it comes down to it, they had to kind of push in there. But I felt like they were able to take out a lot of hit points before actually doing that.
One of the things that you brought up that I really like about not having the 8-point rule anymore is that you can go, you know what, let's just go for it and see what we can do. And in that type of scenario, you want to do as much damage as possible, obviously, to win. But it opens that door where a lot of people would be like, listen, if we lose a tank at the very last second, if it's low health, they get a lucky shot, that's it, it's over. Yeah. So I actually like that because it allows them to be more aggressive towards it.
Not only that, camping gets punished a lot more. Yeah. Because even if I have a 20% chance to win in my battles, you have a 0% chance to win in the battle, because I can always chuck a T1 into the top right-hand corner and just play it for that single battle. And think, now all of a sudden, space becomes a big issue, because if I'm controlling 75% of the map, I know if I win the battle, your T1 is in a very, very easy place to find. So I'm just going to kill it. But if I have 75%, where are you going to look?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We come back. Randall's thoughts on that battle as we get prepared for battle number 4 of Wreak Havok and Fulcrum Gaming. Stay tuned.
And clutch. It looks like these guys have been listening to our broadcast. We saw T-32s on those open maps. What do we have right now, Clutch?
4 Joseph Stalin 3s. 4 IS-3s.
Baby! Oh, baby!
How many cons does IS-3 have?
Actually, a lot.
I can only think of one, and that's the hatch at the top. But you really only a KV-5 is the most successful in penetrating that from a distance because of the height. But also, as a T-32, you want to get in a brawl mode against an IS-3 and aim for that. Whoa! Just around the corner, Friction gets the first shot right into the side of those IS-3s. And his IS-3, he does get tracked, but no damage is being done to his tank.
Oh, Commissar's just getting ripped apart.
5100 trying to get some more hits. And they are able to land some more shots. Call Me Sarge is getting ripped apart, like you said. And boom, he's the first one to fly. Fulcrum Gaming is dishing out some serious damage here on ends.
Yeah, Khalees wasn't able to get in front, but as soon as he gets in front, guess what? He takes a ton of shots. And the lineup, the way they're positioned, you know, Fulcrum was able to pretty much isolate a lot of the other tanks and just have a nice layered tank lineup where they're just able to share the HP so much more effectively. Now, moving on in at Khalees, he's down to 327 damage. And guess what? 1 shot, 1 kill. He's going to go down.
Friction shoots Hugo. Hugo was sitting there side-hugging Khalees, and he blocks the shot.
Are you sure? Because it looked like...
Yeah, I thought it
no,
was...
that looked like...
I thought it was Khalees' shot that hit him.
No, I don't think Khalees was
loaded. We'll
loaded.
have to check in the details here. But Friction coming around the corner. He has enough HP to dish out more damage against Unknown One and Invade. As Tevek's the T1, the only one left alive that really can't do anything in this fire battle here. The IS-3 goes down from Friction. Friction doing so well. Invade in the 5100, the only one left alive. Fulcrum Gaming was tired of messing around, tired of playing patty cake with Wreak Havok with their draws. They wanted blood, and there will be blood when it comes to Fulcrum Gaming on the charge down that one line. That was incredible.
Yes,
ooh,
so
Invade
aggressive.
Has a nice moving shot here, and it might be able to get 2 kills. Friction is down to 439 health. He's going to try to line up his last shot. Can Friction get another shot before that happens? No, Hugo Maximus won't be able to get a shot either in his IS-3. And just like that, things are getting a little bit dicey. Now, it's still incredibly hard for Invade, but if he can get a good reload and then re-engage and just draw it out, try to stay alive for 7 minutes.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. Especially with Soviet.
I made a mistake.
With Soviet and Hugo Maximus still left alive, along with Nagatron and his 5100, who may be lining up some shots here just around the corner, waiting for anything to peek out of those buildings. He does see. Does he see? Yes, Invade is still spotted, but now he has disappeared for a moment on the side of Fulcrum Gaming as the one line to the south is being crossed. Is that Soviet? No, Soviet's going for the capture. Hugo Maximus is the one that's in the firefight against Invade. 429 out of 48. One more hit. Will he reload in time? Invade going for the push, thinking I'm going to go down with the ship.
Invade? Are you not loaded?
He's
Oh, man.
reloading. Ladies and gentlemen, Wreak Havok will go down, tying it up. Fulcrum Gaming takes battle number 4. Really
Impressive.
exciting stuff, man.
Impressive.
Really exciting.
That push on the one line.
Will this be the first time Fulcrum Gaming goes down in a group stage match? We're going to find that out. But there is already a big put. Oh, no. Oh, I got scared because everybody got spotted. So
Oh, no.
like,
There is a push.
oh!
There is a push, and it's going down the courtyard, and shots are being fired from Friction and Soviet as they try to land a hit against Unknown One or Call Me Sarge. Friction will be the one leading that charge. He comes across. This is unorthodox play from Fulcrum Gaming, but they need to be unorthodox because they are in an unorthodox situation of being tied up here. 129 HP from Friction out of 1500. That IS3 from Call Me Sarge is able to get a hit. Another one shot from Thybane to 5100. Did it hit anything?
It bounced.
It bounced. That really unfortunate bounce. But Soviet, all of them are able to get across, and that makes it really, really good for Fulcrum Gaming to start isolating Unknown One, Khalees, and invade over here.
That
But
isolation is
I don't
gonna
like
be
this
critical.
for Fulcrum Gaming. This is really bad.
They're on a
I've been
clock.
in this situation, and they're completely surrounded. They have to push out, but they've
Yes.
taken so much damage right now.
Need
There
to-
goes Soviet.
They need to keep going. Nagatron now sweeping around, anticipating the flank that was coming in from that 5100 and Call Me Sarge. Thybane now taking a lot of shots as Nagatron down to 333 health. And one more high roll could potentially kill him here. Will he get it? No, he won't. He has a couple more shots after this.
Friction tries to get in the front. The T1 snipe for food could actually get the kill against Nagatron with 12 HP if he does turn that corner.
Oh, there
and
it is.
F0X
A
in the
T1
T1
gets
versus
hit
T1.
to
Friction
kill.
taking some shots from the other T1 here just
Wow.
around the corner. This is in a very precarious situation for Friction. He's trying to bait him out as Hugo Maximus from around the corner is focusing on the IS-3 that is Call Me Sarge, and Friction focuses in him as well, not on the 5100 that is clipping, and Hugo Maximus is going to try to move that IS-3 out of the way, but the kill is landed against Friction. Hugo Maximus still left alive here against Call Me Sarge, 863 against 99, but Callus
Oh.
has taken no damage in his IS-3, and Thybane is moving around the corner with 116 HP. One more shot, and he will go down. Hugo Maximus goes down. Only 2 T1 Cunninghams left alive, ladies and gentlemen. Fulcrum Gaming is going to experience their first loss ever in WGLNA.
History is already made. The first day of Season 2. We already have a gigantic upset with Fulcrum Gaming going down. This is unbelievable. And I want to say that Wreak Havok has played this so incredibly well. Just their whole thought process against this strat was beautifully done. And there, my friend, is a great defense. Wreak Havok 2-1 over Fulcrum Gaming.
The words put me in shock, honestly, to see a team take down Fulcrum. We have not seen any team do this. Fulcrum Gaming, again, the best in North America, has now been bested in one match against Wreak Havok, the third place team from Season 1. We have got a serious league going here, gentlemen. I'm actually really excited about this because it means any tree can fall, any champion can fall, and that makes for a better competition throughout.
It shows that the level of skill from the third place team in our first season has just risen, and they've risen to meet Fulcrum, and now it's really cool to see. I love seeing that stuff. I wonder how Wreak Havok, do you think that this shows that they might be our number 1, number 2, or?
It's too early to tell.
I mean,
but
yeah.
it shows that the 1, 2, 3, and 4th spot are going to be even closer than they were last time.